And as we get into this pistol round, nice and early, bit of aggression here from HAVU. sLowi, the man with the util, but Aerial takes the first duel and he gets his head torn off.
Well, that he does, down to a 5-on-4. Let's see what the flip side is. And, well, ZOREE, he'll try to double down, still can't quite do so, so he looks to swarm him. Lucky deleted in midair, but the trade's there. ZOREE dicked on Krad before he too falls, and with that, in a 3-on-3, that's a really nice recovery from ZOREE there. He's got sLowi pushing forward towards his close angle as well, knowing full well that Alien's ready to peek into him. Still unable to kill him, though. Leaves us in a bit of a stagnation, in which ex-Winstrike, beautiful flash as they shut down sLowi, but xseveN reaggressing will shut down.
All of this A site, though, and with jemi, jump spotting towards long, hasn't spotted out anything just yet, goes for the wide swing, that's his demise. NickelBack takes him out, and now it all falls onto sLowi. A 2-on-1, the C4, it will go down momentarily, and this is where ex-Winstrike can try and take this lead.
Well, as xseveN shifts his way forward, can he catch out these initial members? It's a bit of a lull as he moves to catch out the first member. There's Alien spotted out, he falls now into the 1v1. xseveN just teasing himself around this site, looking to catch out NickelBack. Can he do so? Oh, yes, he can. He finds him, but in the smoke, can he convert? No, he can't. NickelBack's able to recover.
They want to put the nail in the coffin before ex-Winstrike can get that C4 down.
Oh, Aerial, fully blind, is able to catch out one, unable to convert, though. With a back and forth going either way, ZOREE to come out on top now. Man advantage for HAVU. Traded by Alien, though. Down to a 3-on-3, and as we see follow-up push go through, ZOREE is able to cement a man advantage and get an entry. Can't quite do so with their location known, and for that, I think HAVU are about to find their first round. However, on long, Forrester hits a beautiful shot to ZOREE.
Or water, and they're absolutely right. There's no one there. The fake, it's completely sold HAVU, and it allows this C4 to go down. Both players in a decent position to try and contend this, but with xseveN finding the first, Krad unaware that jemi's actually dropped and has wrapped around the pillar, and HAVU will narrowly be able to take their first round, but that one really could have gone either way.
It absolutely could have, and honestly, this is a really close affair, and actually seeing Cal
already at 1, if they can take this next buy up and tie up this scoreline, they cement themselves a few rounds early, which is something they were unable to do last time. But a beautiful opening headshot there from Forrester as Krad finds a second. This C4 is about to go down, and ZOREE can't do anything about it. Lackey triples up, and all of a sudden ex-Winstrike, they've taken the site, they've taken control, and HAVU, it might just be save time.
Well, I think finally the attack comes through. Flash goes down. Elian carrying in the corner. jemi, the man who has to go huge now with Elian shifting forward. Good for one. Tries to double down. Can't quite do so. sLowi gets deleted. It's even more damage done to ex-Winstrike. They're all so desperately low on HP. And as the kills start raking in, it goes down to a 3-on-3. Traded out. Oh, not traded out by jemi. That's a huge whiff. And now with just Aerial and ZOREE standing, what good can they hope to do? The plant goes down on this off angle towards heaven. Can NickelBack fall? Yes, he can. There's some teeth being shown by Aerial. Good for one. Tries to double down. There's ZOREE to assist him. Forrester on just 2 HP. Swings into them. Good for one. A beautiful shot to get things underway. Turns around. Aerial finishes the job. And just like that, HAVU, they prevail to make it 2.
Very close round there from ex-Winstrike, but it comes down to that initial damage that was dealt from HAVU to actually win them the round, as ex-Winstrike in a 3 versus 3, also low on health. A single bullet is all that's required to finish off every single one of them to try and get this C4 down in time.
That they do. It's jemi to try and catch out the odd member, but Elian's there to finish the job. We see follow-up push going through, and now with a man advantage, HAVU, they're going to have their back pressed against the wall. Then Winstrike with that man advantage, and Slacky deploys that molly. The plant goes down, then a 5-on-4 retake, make that 5-on-2. sLowi in water. I guess he could get a hero play, but with a UMP? Well, I don't want to rule him out yet with his kill onto Krad, but it's definitely unlikely. And as he shifts forward, Lackey's next man to worry about for good reason. Lackey, he's got that nasty tendency to hit his shots, but as to sLowi, he makes it 2. And I tell you what, he's making it work with the UMP. His teammates are nowhere near him. He's got to do this all on his own. And Elian,
teammate ZOREE, he will just continue to press through for those kills. What's interesting about that from Winstrike is they push onto that B site. There's 3 members. As we go into the 9th, it's going to be a push here from NickelBack up towards middle. The flashbang, it's perfect. He can do some damage onto sLowi, but doesn't want to commit to the full swing. Instead, it's the ropz to get the kill.
really almost shaky start for HAVU right now. The fact that ex-Winstrike had just, well, I was about to say if I didn't hit that shot.
Just sticking on this angle, I think he might have fallen off just at the wrong moment, but with zywoo coming in from connector, spams away at the wall, will be able to find a kill, but Krad swings while he's reloading, wins the duel, gets the trade, Dink comes in through the wood, and there we go. Lackey gives them the man advantage once again, but look at this time, the C4, it needs to get on the site. If it dies in rotation, then there's no round to win, but it goes down in the final second, and Lackey hits the headshot regardless. 7-2 here for ex-Win. Time around, Kramer, I'm not confident in saying either of these teams. I really am not.
Well, I'm confident in saying ex-Winstrike are looking strong right now because
from HAVU, and they've been absolutely demolished. Even if zywoo goes for a rotation here, Krad will be able to take him out for sure. And at the timing, it's just perfect. Should be a free kill for Krad. The movement from ex-seveN actually allows him to fall away and find the kill. So a little bit of damage dealt there. But as he works his way down connector, that will be his.
The timing as prey is a really good way because right now, HAVU, they are carrying, they're hiding, they know it's coming. Inside going to survive? No, he's not. The Yorp snatched it out of HAVU. If they
have the same amount of money as everyone else, sometimes you see a hero rifle, very rarely do you see a hero shotgun. The flash, it's good, but zywoo's eliminated instantly. sLowi can find himself a headshot with it. That's fantastic. If he can double down, it's great, but he can't. He's got a corner. He's not peeked out far enough that Elian can see an arm, so it really comes down to timing. He has to be careful, and as he turns away at the wrong moment, Aerial actually finds the frag, an opportunity to snatch an AWP, but he's not going to do so for now.
Well, that's a really, really strong spot access, but I don't know if that'll help in any way, shape, or form with jemi. Here's a perfect sprout of timing. He's short caught out by Krad, though, as is ZOREE. Krad just doubles down. It's 10-2 for ex-Winstrike because of that smoke, but nonetheless, with 25 seconds left, ex-Winstrike, they're really running down this clock. And with ZOREE hitting a beautiful shot at the Forester as he backs away, you see the follow-up push go through. Flashes go out. Here comes that execution as sLowi towards map. What good can he hope to do? Lackey makes a bit of noise, but as he swings forward, he shot spots out the first. He doubles down as well. It's all down to ZOREE to trade, but ZOREE, he's able to double up as well now. Swinging back into Elian, it's a leg shot onto him. The bomb, does it go down? Yes, it does, despite the leg shots. But jemi, he's there to finish the job. Despite a close round and a late execution, HAVU, they're finally able to prevail with 3 rounds.
Ex-Winstrike definitely need to speed this up a little bit. I'm not saying that they should go in for crazy rushes, but running down the clock to the final second, they do go for this execution with 10 seconds left. HAVU, there's no doubt in their mind, they always go for a full rotation, and there's no chance that ex-Winstrike aren't going to be walking into a stacked bomb site. As the kills come through, it looks like ex-Winstrike might be able to bounce this one back around and take an 11th here with this man advantage, with the B site up for grabs. And here comes the retake.
Here it comes, and well, for HAVU, it's just they don't even go. We'll be all right. And I think it's slowly dawning on them that actually they're no longer the kind of top dogs. They're no longer the biggest kid on the block because ex-Winstrike overpass appears to be their playground. First it was Copenhagen Flames, now it's HAVU's, and well, now it looks like it's going to be ex-Winstrike's.
Well, save comes through. Really rough for them, and as I say, ex-Winstrike just given a repeat performance of what we saw 3 days ago, and it seems like HAVU haven't really changed anything. Beautiful. 2
teams are going to be apart, with the game being winnable for HAVU. Hey, with this next round, they've got a chance, right? They have a chance, but next time shutting down Forester, there's the opening that they need. Flash goes out towards long, anti-flash played by Aerial, good for yet another. It's a one-man at disadvantage, and for NickelBack is still aggressive to ex-seveN, he'll look to put it down to a 3-on-3. As he pushes his way forward, what can ex-seveN hope to do with NickelBack clearing the angle? But ex-seveN sees the shadow. He's good for one. Doubles up on Krad, leaving Elian.
A very, very small one, but it's there. And Elian takes that duel. Can't quite win it. Can't quite hit a single. Going to be pounced on by someone lingering in toilets. They clear long. They clear these toilets, but they need to win the gunfights.
That they do. Elian back sight, though. He's had a really tough time trying to come out on top here. He's swarmed from all angles, and just like that, ends in Winstrike. They're deleted. There's Krad to fall through the smoke. It leaves NickelBack on the flank. Good for another, down to 2-on-2. And by some miracle, ex-Winstrike have kept this close, because right now this looks like the HAVU show. But Lackey good for one, except for the trade. ex-seveN, he's going straight down to B. A really good read as he just dives up towards heaven, gets onto that site, he'll get that plant. But NickelBack, he's read this really damn quickly. With 20 seconds left, ex-seveN, he'll look to push his way down towards short. Is the door open? Yes, it is. So this now becomes very doable for NickelBack. Timing, but timing to what avail. There's the swing. xseveN shows his position, jumps up towards toilets, or towards water. But
Wait and see.
We'll have to see what they're able to do to push their way forward. And well, as nades go down, Forrester takes a lot of damage to get things underway. But
Lurk over towards B from Seven. With the flash, he's going to peek. It'll be taken out by Lackey despite.
it's absolutely not. Elian ready on the close angle. Here's the util go down. There's Krad ready for ZOREE though. Elian good for yet another. sLowi trade, so he's even able to double down onto NickelBack. He'll go for the plant in the smoke, but Elian, through the spam's able to finish the...
Nade rains over the top, does a fair amount of damage onto Forrester. That's actually a really cool nade and a very common spot to spam. With Aerial winning that duel onto Krad, it gives HAVU an opening. They've got off to a good start here, but they need to continue this.
You're absolutely right. And while they also have a fair bit of economy, players like ZOREE don't. And if they lose this round, which not going to see an ult from them again, as Lackey clears a close monster, they'll be pushing forward, but xseveN finishes the job. Now, 2-man advantage. It's down to Elian to aggress further still. Fully blind, he's caught out, but it's Aerial to fall. And as he tries to get back towards the site, he'll be able to do just that. Forrester now ready towards the monster. Fully blinded, forced to carry and waits. And xseveN, there's a trade. Allows the B execution to come through. And for NickelBack and Elian, it might just be a matter of saving in a 4-on-2. Looks like HAVU have been able to break them.
Wow, HAVU. They pull it off, they bounce right back, and fast from NickelBack. And now they know that they're under pressure. Now they can start to invest this AWP to face that backside. There we go. Elian takes out sLowi. That's really the only member that's close enough to actually find the kill, I think. Seven, as he charges up bank. Yeah, he's kept around $2,000 in the bank so that they can go for that buy in the next. But HAVU, they've been playing smart CS, they've been playing strong CS, but as ZOREE misses that important shot, Elian can win the duel, and with that, they take this connector control and potentially could even go and grab that rifle as Elian doubles down.
That they do, and well, as Elian boosted up, scoped in, not quite able to spot out sLowi.
Wasn't expecting him to single-handedly win it for ex-Winstrike though. And now that these rifles have been retrieved, you can see Krad getting nice and aggressive despite the fact that he's not got Kevlar. He can find the head. Jemi comes out and swings and trades, but further 40 points of health to his name. And as he faces into Elian's AWP, it might be for the final time. Elian very AWP was retrieved from the last round though. ZOREE actually dropped his sniper towards deep connector. So that one was picked up, and therefore that heavy investment that Winstrike would normally have right now, they've kind of got for free. As they start to press in off the back of these flashbangs, they win the majority of the duels. We find ourselves in a 4-on-2, and Jemi and sLowi, just with these AKs, start to lean towards A. Elian misses a key shot, can't hit the head. That was quite a tricky one. Misses the third. That was a routine one that he should be hitting. And as his teammate falls, he's continuing to whip his shot, swings out with a P250, fancies his chances. Well, this could be the final round, Krad, here on Overpass. And HAVU, whilst they've taken a couple more rounds than they did last time, it's not been a massively different result. sLowi can trade out Forrester, but Lackey on this angle with the AWP. He is being challenged from Monster, and there's no supporting member to actually stop that kill from coming through. So HAVU, they are able to take control of this B bomb site. That nade's fantastic. It gets sLowi down to 1 HP, and Elian, that's an amazing flick. Can't quite hit the second. sLowi is on a single point of health, but challenging the AWP doesn't make too much difference. Krad can find Jemi, looking for another, can't quite take it. sLowi, despite being tagged down to a single point of health at the start of that round, actually finds himself a
quick. That's so quick from Elian. However, unable to get the pick. It's now going to be Forrester to aggress into Jemi. Spots him out. There's the first kill, and there's no trade whatsoever.
Well, man advantage, but that's quite quickly traded right back. A 4-on-4 now as Krad starts to work his way up connector. ZOREE on the other side of things, creeping up here. All comes down to timing, and Krad has turned around at the right moment. He knows that the smoke's faded. He knows that he's about to take a duel, and as he wins it, it goes into a 4-on-2. He's actually going to try and double up, and he does so quite nice.
Seven. This is an almost suicidal peak as he heads down into connector. He delves into the awaiting arms of NickelBack. Sure, he catches out the first member, but with everyone else alerted to his presence, it's a quick trade. With arm around the border, looking to win this off the merits of Angels, and NickelBack ready to hold with Forrester. Let's see what they can do. Krad good for one, and Krad there to double up. Forrester to assist, and just like that, HAVU It may be a repeat of overpass if they're not careful. It's all down to sLowi. Good for one, sure, he's able to double up, but it's all silver linings as he's executed. So no attention around towards lobby again. Stacks up. They wait to see where the push comes from. Krad takes a bit of damage, but it's xseveN to finish off Forrester. That's the opening that's required. And now for ex-Winstrike now, a man down. What does that mean for them? Well, sLowi on the close angle to push forward towards Ramp with jemi there to shut down Lackey. It falls into a 5-on-3 and fresh advantage as for Krad, he's going to be caught the second he tries to rotate towards vents.
Well, HAVU hunts for his teammates, but that's not going to be the case at all. HAVU, they're actually just staying sort of on the bomb sites in that corner over toward... We take this map. I definitely do. From what we've seen early on, I think that it's kind of standard stuff. Just take out Elian was fantastic, but as they start to execute onto one of these bomb sites, this is where they're going to be really challenged. And the jiggle peek from jemi there, it's a little bit too...
Well, the spam goes down. NickelBack, he's just waiting for them to peek into him. There's a missed shot as Aerial punishes now. 25 seconds left. Lucky has to go absolutely huge. Through the molly, it's Krad to fall to ZOREE. And for HAVU, they could just go through this molly straight up to A. And this is a very punishable position to be in. However, with both members of ex-Winstrike nowhere near a kind of tradable slot, Lucky, he's just got to back away, as will Forrester. And with players already up towards heaven, this should be a second for HAVU.
Well, a two-man advantage, and once again, just ex-Winstrike don't want anything to do with it. They lose a couple of members, and that's it. They fall away. It's all about trying to get some exits, and wow, Forrester, he's very, very unlucky there, and it seems like Lackey, he is cursed with the same as his team. Smoke to work with, though, and so's Lackey over towards Ramp. Just comes down to if they can win these gunfights, and Lackey absolutely can. Doubles down through the smoke, and NickelBack wins his too. This is a much better bit. Then maybe they can try and go for that bomb plant and actually win the round. If they lean towards Ramp, Lackey, it's going to be another headshot for him, tripling up in the round. The quad kill there, and there's the flawless affair that we were. As NickelBack still holding over towards this A main area, as Elian goes for the peak. ZOREE wins the fight.
A few shots that ring out either way, and well, the second they do, HAVU's just going to attack this site. Lackey good for jemi, but does he expect the flank from heaven? Well, it don't matter. I think he's going to hear it the second xseveN shows his presence. And, well, Krad is in the one and done position to help out. 20 seconds left now. And for Forrester, he's really the catalyst here. 16 seconds left. Here comes the attack. Here comes that push. And it's just an absolute slaughter. Forrester and Krad, they predicted beautifully. And now the ready plays it towards A. It's all down to sLowi to clear this site and try and get a plant. With 4 seconds left, ZOREE will punch in those numbers. Here comes the push. Switches to the USP. Lackey finishes the job. For ex-Winstrike.
Freeze time, you got 15 seconds, yeah? And then players are buying as the round started, and they're late out of spawn. It just shows that it's a little bit disjointed. But as the Tech-9 do fire through, they are able to get onto the site. Elian doubles down with that sniper. And we find ourselves in a 3-on-3, a very winnable situation for either side. And this bomb yet to go down, but as it does, it'll have complications.
That it does, and well, let's see who's able to come out on top with what will be a peek up through heaven. The main aggressor will be ZOREE now. He's the only man with HP on HAVU, when as he spammed down, it leaves it all on sLowi. 1 versus 3, he's got a minute to toy with. He's going to try and catch out Elian, but that's all silver linings as Lackey just finishes the job. But tell you what, execution coming any second now. Here comes the set piece. Out goes the flashes. The flashes to really pop, but not do much really with NickelBack. He's able to catch out the first member, but it converts into a vent dive. And as HAVU bomb their way down towards B, Lackey's ready for it. Lackey spots out the first member. He can't kill anyone though, as sLowi comes out on top. Plant will go down into a 4-on-4 through the smoke. NickelBack's unable to trade, and with that, it's going to be down to a tough spot for ex-Winstrike, especially when they're going a man down, 2 men down at that. They're going to have to get this retake underway any second now if they want to try and catch out the members before the HAVU lurkers come back to the site.
Well, Aerial catching them out as they try to fall away. Can't quite double down. NickelBack's there to trade. They're already on to 7 here. They've got quite the nice lead, and they've got money behind them too. So with him holding on to this M4, he can drop over to Krad, and it will be a full investment. He's going in once again. Elian looking to go for that peek towards a single door. Takes a lot of damage from them. NickelBack not expecting jemi to drop down from above. The communication's there though, and Forrester's able to trade. Needs to go through for another here, and as he does the damage, he finds the kill. Elian trades as well. But Aerial, oh my goodness, swings out.
But they start langs right on Huts. Forrester luckily is in Huts, so he won't be hit by it. But as the lobby crunch comes through, it's like Forrester to get 2 quick kills. Krad is leg down for his woes though. But in a 4-on-3, HAVU they turn their attention towards this A site. They set the sights on it, but xseveN good for one. Krad to trade, but Krad's still low on HP, puts them at serious risk from Aerial now. But luckily for Krad, he's aggressive towards lobby. ZOREE drops that molly. Open hand. Is he caught out? No, he's not. Krad to fall, down to a 2-on-2. They still need to retrieve this bomb, though. I think ZOREE's been able to do so. Then as he gets his way towards A, let's see where the retake comes from.
As these digits tapped in over towards this A bomb site. Alien and Lackey together. And as Lackey's creeping around clearing these vents, it all comes down to timing. He'll spot out Aerial on hollow vent. Now ZOREE's position's known, and it's a one-on-one. As Alien drops down to the site, he taps the bomb. He's actually going to hold it. He knows that ZOREE's on the other side. I'm surprised he comes off of it, and he hasn't got time to get back on it. There's no kit, and he's going to have to fall away. That is unfortunate. If Alien had a defuse kit, it would have been round over, but instead, HAVU.
The next M10, but honestly, that's a viable weapon on Nuke, and NickelBack accidentally jumps there. ZOREE onto Alien, that should be the decider for the round. For HAVU, they've recovered beautifully, and this should be an xseveN lead at the end of the half. With Aerial shut down Krad, that's just another nail into that coffin. And for Forrester and Lackey, I feel like this is all they're really going to be able to retrieve here, unless Lackey has an absolute monster of a play.
I think NickelBack might be a scroll wheel jumper, Kramer. And yeah, it was very, very unfortunate. He jumps at the wrong moment there. Could have been good for one, maybe even two frags. And as Forrester retrieves this kit, there's no point in saving. It's a 1-on-5. He will go for this as he picks up an M4 with his knife out, darting down secret. sLowi will be able to finish him off with a single bullet to the head. HAVU.
They did it with just armor on pretty much every member. And for HAVU, it's a push in towards ramp. They've had enough. They want to take the fight to HAVU or to ex-Winstrike, and they do just that. Forrester go for one, Aerial to trade, but this will give ex-Winstrike a chance to burst out towards B. They know the location of three of their members, and as Jemi, he almost has the opportunity to catch out a first member there. He still can't quite do so. Lackey on the close angle. He's got Alien there to assist him, but Lackey go for one, turns around ready for the second, makes it 2, makes it 3, can't quite make it 4. Jemi to finish the job with just 6 HP left, gives HAVU their 9th.
Well, very, very close, but I said about if HAVU were able to take that second half pistol round, it'd be absolutely huge for them. And whilst they're only able to do, they tried to do so. Alien needs his crosshair in the right place, and for now it's not. And as he readjusts, ZOREE wins the fight. That AUG at long range, it's trying to defend this B site, but at range they're going to be challenged.
Well, there's xseveN good for one. Shut down Forrester on the flip side. xseveN, that's very messy. Eventually able to finish the job on the Krad. NickelBack eventually puts an end to it, but sLowi's continuing to run rampant in the back line. And for HAVU,
more after this, but it's not amazing. And ex-Winstrike, they could definitely destroy it and try and close this gap. Beautiful opening pick there from Lackey. He, once again, has been absolutely nuts this map so far. He's the only man that's actually breached above that 20 frag mark. As Alien looks to find this opening pick, the Molotov, it adds complications to him. The nades on him raining in. I think it might just finish him. It absolutely does. It doesn't help that he's been flashed by Krad, but I don't think it makes a huge amount of difference. What is going to make the difference is sLowi on this flank. No one's ready for this.
Well, let's see if he's able to capitalize off it. He pushes forward. Lackey, he'll be the first man to snipe, and it says Forrester good for one. Krad instantly there to trade, and that is a beautiful recovery from ex-Winstrike.
The plant, xseveN, he might struggle to deny it as it's being tapped in through this smoke. As he swings out, he will be able to eliminate Lackey, but NickelBack swings. That should have been his kill for the taking, but he loses the duel, and now it all falls onto Krad. As he opens the door, Jemi eliminates, and HAVU, that's them on to 12. Ex-Winstrike, though, with that bomb plant, we'll have a little bit of extra money, and accompanied by the loss bonus, maybe could pull out some kind of investment.
We'll see if they can get that investment running, because for the time being, come for them as HAVU, they've got this aggressive position in the form of Aerial, and as sLowi falls, it should be a trade any second now. That there is. Jemi good for one. Aerial swings wide, able to double down that advantage. Despite being on 5 HP, he still is able to bite, and as Lackey goes into this smoke, he needs to make sure he isn't caught out. Both members just glancing at one another. Who comes out on top? It's going to be neither for the moment, and Lackey finishes the job. So it's down to a 3-on-3 as Krad makes his way out towards A. He's now in a really strong spot. Jemi needs to be careful because Krad's about to hard clear his angle. And as Jemi falls, he'll molly towards heaven. That's the site secured, but the bomb's taken down by ZOREE, who's able to deploy it and pushes his way forward. Looks like it's just going to be plotted towards heaven, though.
It's a great molly to get ZOREE out of position, but what is Krad looking at? Completely exposed to single door. Alien now left in a 1-on-2. Can't quite connect the headshot. He's still got the C4 on his back. He needs to try and get down vents, but he knows it's being watched by ZOREE. He goes for the duel instead, and it's a beautiful headshot. 28 points.
Mollies continue to pepper their position, and as HAVU turns his attention towards this attack, xseveN does a bit of damage. Blackie there to trade, and for HAVU, they're now ready to get this ball rolling. If they can win this round as well, they completely reset ex-Winstrike whilst trying to really close out the map. And well, with only 4 rounds in it seems that ex-Winstrike is still, miles away from it. With kills going back and forth for Forrester and NickelBack, they're just going to quickly be killed. Yes, they're able to take a few.
Very well indeed, though, as he creeps behind this box. He should be able to spot out the head. He knows exactly where he is, and there we go. As the peek comes in, Forrester hits a laser-like headshot. And now, only a man advantage here for HAVU, as Forrester continues to try and creep up. Knows he needs to catch out at least one more before this round's winnable. And as he peeks into the angle, he's just not quite looking at ZOREE's position. He leaves NickelBack in a 1-on-3 with only 28 points of health to spare. And as he taps that bomb, he's waiting for some kind of push from somewhere. He's expecting it to come in from the vents. It will, but a few seconds later. And is he going to be expecting 2 members towards ramp? Apparently not. Round going HAVU's way. And now, it's kind of the final buy here for ex-Winstrike as they come in with these AKs. NickelBack, he's gone incognito outside. That's a brilliant opening pick, but it's only a level out. It's a 4 versus 4. ZOREE brings it back in HAVU's favor. And with Forrester only on 2 points of health, this is not a bad start.
It isn't, and as HAVU get ready to really fight towards heaven, Krad is just going to slowly shift his way forward. There's NickelBack to trade onto 7, but with Forrester on 2 HP, NickelBack on 3, they're not in a comfortable position at all. Forrester, luckily he tries to play the altitude difference with his hold towards upper, but as he drops down, he's got to pick straight to ZOREE, and that's going to be a tough ask. Oh, that's fast. And with the trade being on to Jemi, ZOREE tries to ring true. Still can't quite do so, though. Mollies go down. Elliot scoped in, ready for the push towards Mini. And as he hears the players come forward, NickelBack shuts down Aerial, saving his teammates' life, leaving all on ZOREE.
14-10. Then it does become recoverable. It's definitely not too far gone just yet.
Hello, and welcome back. We had a short little hiccup. This is looking like a bit of a comeback.
It absolutely is. Yeah, this round should shape up to take us 14-13. Then it's kind of HAVU's last chance to actually win their buy round before it potentially goes all the way to map points. So ex-Winstrike, they've pulled off quite the comeback here, and they're looking like they might actually be able to take this in a scoreline that's identical to what we saw last time these two teams played on this exact map. We'll have to wait and see. Well, it looks seems we will be getting back into the game very, very shortly, though, after this quickly. Yeah, it feels wasted.
It does. Well, let's sort of get a bit now. Never mind, technical ball's just gone. So there goes that further content.
Here on this very map. So let's see how they do as we get into the pistol. xseveN does find that opening headshot onto Lackey, and look at this. They've just stormed onto A and taken instant control.
Well, Jemi, he's able to double down as well with a beautiful shot. And, well, at a 5-on-3, make that 5-on-2. I think that HAVU are going to be ex-Winstrike. They've played it a bit more than HAVU have, but that isn't to atone for their success, because this will be the second time they play under ex-Winstrike.
Well, NickelBack can't get anything done there in the 1 versus 4 3-round start, but playing bonus here could cost them. Those 2 MAC-10s, they don't have the same kind of impact when you're against fully armored opponents with big rifles. And there we go. Krad, beautiful opening right through the smoke there. Knows exactly where to spam, and it merits him a kill.
Well, we see sLowi and Jemi. There's quickly finish off 2 quick members, and in a 4-on-3, this is looking pretty damn good for, well, their ex-Winstrikers. They're able to equalize it and do a fair bit of damage to sLowi. However, as that molly goes down, it should prevent a really good molly, actually, to prevent a plant for the time being. Elian, he's the one who desperately needs this plant to go down. He can hold it with that orb. He knows that Forrester, the only man with a smoke, is going to be the only man who can really challenge this. And as they shift forward, Aerial tries to back away. He shuts down NickelBack as he does so. Elian falls ex-seveN in a 1v1, and Forrester, knowing full well that Forrester isn't on it. As Forrester tries to aggress, he'll push straight into the player. He'll lose his head. It's a 4-0 lead for HAVU as they recover it beautifully.
Back of those kills, they do force the reinvestments here for the T side, and it will make it slightly easier for this comeback to really come through. With a 1-for-1 trade there towards ramp, not a bad start here for ex-Winstrike. The thing is those 1-for-1 trades, they always favor the T side. They always spread those defenses. And on a map like Mirage, where you've got quite the rotation between the 2 bomb sites, it definitely gives them an advantage. And, well, there's a further advantage with Aerial taking down Forrester. And he's hungry for more as well. He can smell NickelBack beneath him, and he's ready to bounce. But no, NickelBack wins the duel and can also double up.
Well, it's down to NickelBack and Elian to get his 2 quick kills into the Torn 2. Let's see who's able to come out on top with Elian. Just trying to hold firm, shifting his way forward. And ZOREE is the ones to lead this charge. There's Krad to full. It's down to Elian now. 1 versus 2. And back sight, if he can get this kill onto xseveN in time, he can definitely cancel out a plant. But they're trying to hunt him. They can't find him yet. And it all comes down to patience as Elian has to try and work his way out from Hollow Pillar. He spots out ZOREE. There's a beautiful shot. Now xseveN towards bench. Ace's location known, brings out a few shots, scoped in, and there's Elian with a beautiful 1v.
At all, and as we go into round number 7, it's going to be another buy here from HAVU, but the damage that's been dealt means that they don't have too much money to work with, and my goodness, Elian, that is nuts.
What in the name of all that is holy was that shot? He just deleted him. And, well, sure, HAVU now just explode out towards A, and they're keeping it even. NickelBack's to try and just finish the job with xseveN aggressing into them. xseveN good for 1. He knows there's another above him. Now it's Elian to try and trade, and Elian, he is taking some nuts shots. Forrester re-aggresses, though. Shuts down another. It's down to ZOREE to try and hit a 1 versus 2. But dueling Elian's got to be a scary prospect, especially as he shifts forward. It all comes down to what I assume would be altitude difference now as ZOREE. Can he catch out Elian? He drops down, makes a bit of noise. The player above him, though, brings out a shot. Oh, he hits the no-scope. Right now, Mirage. Just yes, as Elian shifts his way forward. Ariel, if he's able to get this pick, this is going to be perfect for them. But it's Elian to hit a beautiful shot, and that should...
They're walking into a bit of a stack here. ex-Winstrike have read this beautifully, and now Forrester in position is pre-fired, but the jump from ZOREE eliminates him, and now still a man advantage for the CT side.
NickelBack, he's able to double down as well with a kill onto xseveN. Oh, that's messy by sLowi. He's not able to get the kill. He has a molly, sure, but I don't think he really wants to use it. With only 3 seconds left, that's going to be a quick round for ex-Winstrike, and finally, at long last, they make it their second. Lackey's able to clear up the job as well.
And force HAVU back down to what will be another eco and really close this gap, which, given the fact that this was 7-1, I'm quite surprised by. Kills coming through, though, and HAVU, wow, that was a split second, and what, how many people?
Can you miss
6 people dead? Yeah, wow.
Well, there you have it. That's a very quick affair, and it hits this angle. Does sLowi clear him? No, he doesn't. And so, with that, he's able to survive just, but for HAVU, guaranteeing a victory in this first half is perfect.
Forrester, he will stay alive here. He'll keep this AUG, and with the money that they have behind them, we'll be quite happy with it. Potential for another kill, and there we go. Jemi actually drops as well. So, given the fact that HAVU haven't got... Well, 2 AWPs in play here for ex-Winstrike, and there's one of the rifles gone. Aggression towards lower, and oh, I didn't think NickelBack would win that duel towards underpass, but he does actually do so. sLowi, he gets eliminated, and now a 4-on-4. The repeat from Elian coming in from short. I'm not sure how aware he is. There's actually 3 members towards top mid, and as the flash comes in, he's able to dodge it. Gets back on the angle, but Ariel, my goodness, that's a quick headshot, and HAVU with the man advantage take mid control.
Let's see if it works out for them, because for the time being, Lackey with a tough spot ahead. Lackey ready to just jump out from window. Seeing who we can find, and there's the kill. Jemi falls. It's a beautiful shot. The molly forces him out of position, but it doesn't stop him from taking Ariel with him. And as he sits on stairs, ZOREE's ready for him. But as he has to just eat a flash, he's forced away. On ramp, Krad shows his presence, and as he's forced out for xseveN, Lackey finishes the job. And that
7-1. That's a great recovery, and actually potential for an 8-7 here too. Forrester, he's been fully blinded, and the clocks, they overwhelm him as the solo B anchor. That actually leaves this site open for business and an opportunity for the plant to go down.
As it does go down, NickelBack and Elian, they're able to trade, though. Jemi to get the next say in the matter, allows the plant to go down. ZOREE takes a lot of damage, but at least he's able to get that plant. sLowi elsewhere, even able to shut down an AWP player, and this is really getting pretty damn close. We see sLowi shifting forward, AWP in hand. He's ready to duel ZOREE, and as he's ready to duel Elian, Elian deploys that smoke. Jemi shuts down Krad. It's all on Elian now with a 1 versus 2. What on earth has happened, Josh? And as he swings wide, he shuts down Jemi. AWP in hand, going towards the other side, spamming down bench. He's almost scared of where sLowi could potentially be. sLowi ready to shut him down. He does just that. Well, the forces sLowi forward. He gets into window. He's going to try and flank Elian. And with Elian, you can't do that. Elian finishes the job. Oh no, your VMake's dying as well.
No, mine's doing okay. Mine's doing okay. As Forrester.
I thought that second issues again.
And as soon as Krad takes the duel here in Sandwich, if he doesn't win it, they could be torn apart from the inside out. But Krad, the timing, it's perfect. And he's able to find the first. Can't quite double down onto the second, but as all of his opponents fall, 7 left on his lonesome in a 1-on-3, and he will just have to plant this bomb. But there's no chance of the round, surely.
I mean, he's able to get the plant. He's able to get relatively far away from the site. He rings out a few shots. He knows so well that eLiGE's going to be on the other side of him. And eLiGE just targeting the angle. He's ready to ring out a shot wherever possible. There's eLiGE there to finish the job. That'll be 6 for ex-Winstrike. And that's a really good recovery, to be honest, considering they were 7-1 down.
Yeah, it is. It's a really good recovery. It's still not a great half. It's definitely nothing to brag about.
As the push goes forward, Krad trying to ring out a few shots wherever possible. And, well, as Jemi tries to finish the job, there's Krad to fall. And, oh, my God, it's a slaughter. It's down to eLiGE and NickelBack, the last 2 members left standing. And they're just dispatched.
Ariel taking this third duel does a tiny bit of damage, but can't do a whole lot. That UMP doesn't really do a lot of damage unless you...
This open CT to lead that charge. And for Krad, shifting forward towards window, sLowi ready for it. sLowi spots it out, but Krad wins the aim duel. Now ZOREE, he's got to be the one to ring true. And towards ramp, he shuts down NickelBack. A beautiful readjustment on that scope there. Ariel onto Forrester, keeps it advantageous for HAVU. With 35 seconds left, ZOREE's there to double down. It's down to Krad, and ZOREE not quite able to triple down, but it will not matter.
I believe so. That will be our final semi-finalist, and well, either one of these teams would be a worthy opponent. But look at this, HAVU. They're against a buy round right now. They're treating it like it's an eco. They've found the 3 opening picks. eLiGE's actually able to pull it back, not out the picture, but it's yeah, it's very, very unlikely indeed. And as we see this C4 go down, HAVU, they've got all 3 members stacked up, ready to go for this retake. The 3rd man rotating in from mid. He's taking his time, but as ZOREE deploys that incendiary, it takes a weird bounce. He hits the no-scope regardless, and now it's all on eLiGE. Finds that first shot, but ZOREE's able to swing and trade, and HAVU, that's going to be their 14th.
A really, really strong showing from HAVU now. When credit where credit's due to eLiGE, he definitely looked...
UP available here for eLiGE. It's a shame considering the impact he had with it in the last round. 3 kills for him, but it wasn't enough as his teammates just couldn't get much done. Krad does find an opener. Unlucky, he's been able to walk right through mid uncontested. The trades do start to come through, but ex-Winstrike with an advantage.
Well, let's see who's able to come out on top now as the retake comes underway. ZOREE, nice shot to eLiGE, and he tries to double down onto Krad. Can't quite do so. For ex-Winstrike.
So yeah, ex-Winstrike, there's an opportunity if they win one more round off of this that they could try and claw a couple back.
Honestly, do you see it happening, Josh? Like...
No, I don't see it happening.
No,
there's a chance that it have enough for another buy to fall back on if HAVU win this next one, but then they'll need 8 in a row. And with 7 finding that opening pick, that's a great start for the Finnish side.
Let's see who's able to come out on top with ZOREE. Ready for the initial play. There's Ariel good for 1. ZOREE to double down before Ariel's able to finish the job, but I think the damage may have already been done. It's down to a 4-on-2 when for Ariel and Krad. What they hope to do is they push their way forward. Flashes go down. Ariel now ready for Krad to peek into them. Smokes go down and Molly's landing kind. And for Ariel, he's finished off by Krad. Traded out by sLowi. Jemi gets the next say in the match. Deploy the odd bit of utility. They try to just smoke. They try to keep ex-Winstrike back. There's Krad to come out on top though. Jemi to fall. Here comes that attack. And with so spotting out the first member, he's able to hide under window. Fully blinded though. He's being swarmed. He's not unable to catch out Forrester though. But his teammate can. X7 good for 1. NickelBack to trade. Down to a 3-on-2, and for Ariel and ZOREE, they're going to want to try and hit this site just as the plant goes down, so they can take the 2-on-2. However, NickelBack back site, he's able to hide in time, and with a flank coming through from shorts, what good does it do? Whereas Ariel will shift his own way forward. The flash goes down. Here comes that attack, and as they run into a missed shot, actually, by eLiGE, and that's uncharacteristic, but NickelBack's kill should cement this, unless we see something incredible from Ariel, which, while it's possible, is unlikely.
Well, that missed shot from eLiGE initially gave them that opportunity, but they weren't able to kill him. And knowing this a buy, it's not a very strong investment at all. And as they face up against a stacked up ex-Winstrike, eLiGE on the head of his teammate will be able to find that opening pick. A beautiful little setup there, and it merits them the early frag. I think this should...
It's going to be a 9th.
I like the save here from HAVU, actually, considering the fact that they would just be on an eco in the next. This eco now has an opportunity to actually do some damage. Not that damage means a whole lot when you're on map point, but maybe it could merit them the round. And oh, jemi.
Kill 3 of their members, make sure that the rifle saved aren't an orb, and at the same time, win with a bomb plant. It's like
doable.
Exactly, but will we get to that stage? Prostoi shifts forward from ramp. He loses his head to xseveN there on the readjustments, and as they continue to push their way forward now, Krad under window. He's got sLowi to worry about, and for good reason, because for ex-Winstrike, as they turn their attention towards A, xseveN becomes one of the main heavy hitters for them, and as he does just that, up come from coldzera to full. Krad doubles down as well, and Krad, he is the true playmaker for ex-Winstrike. When you need him, he comes and he delivers. ZOREE and for his team, what do they do from here? That is a beautiful, beautiful shot, and they've just got to save. As they back away, Krad even shuts them down. Krad, he is.
That's where he really thrives. Put an AK in his hands and rev him up, let him go. He does a lot of damage. Lackey, oh my goodness.
Attack over towards ramp. ZOREE takes a lot of damage as he's forced out of position. Scopes in, ready to trade. As Aerial's hit the next one, Elliot's get the next say in the matter. And as Fascists continue to pepper their position, ZOREE scopes up towards Brehze. He's waiting for someone to peek into him. Elliot's going to oblige him. And Elliot, he wins the aim duel. Even though ZOREE's holding the angle, he wins that aim duel. 30 seconds left. That bomb's going to go down unless we see something really detrimental from Elliot there. He misses his shot. The bomb goes down. Here comes that push. Lackey's got the next say in the matter. And as xseveN, sure he trades, but Molly's continues to pepper his position. Now sLowi on the flank has to go absolutely huge, but Lackey, he's almost ready for it. There's Lackey to fall to the no scope, but the damage should have already been done here. Any second now, we'll see the push out from sLowi, and with Elliot on default, what can he hope to do? Push goes forward. Forrester go for one in CT. Follow-up push goes through. Elliot finishes the job. And trying to switch that smoke towards window. He can't do so. ex-Winstrike then accelerate towards B. Nates go down. It's jemi to fall. Trade missed by sLowi, and just like that, I think we're going to OT. It's going to be another missed shot. sLowi punished for it. Elliot onto xseveN, puts it down to Ariel and ZOREE. And just like that, it's a perfect read by ex-Winstrike to send us to a 15th and to pull us through. And I'll tell you what, Josh, that is really, really strong stuff as HAVU now. They attempt to hold, and to what avail. Aerial shuts down Lackey. Elliot finishes. For ZOREE, this should be a quick dispatchment.
Wow. Elliot, another triple kill. 34.
Follow through. And as they continue to lead this charge, now HAVU have to hide. xseveN needs good to shut down Forrester, but to what avail? We see follow-up pushes going through, but for ex-Winstrike, this is perfect.
Well, Lackey, Elliot find those 2 opening kills. Aerial's still on the site to try and deny, though. And there's the triple kill. That's massive. As all of his teammates AKs once again. And let's see them have another stab at this.
Well, there's this time ZOREE comes out on top as he shuts down Elliot. And where was this a regulation, Josh? As scopes in, sLowi shuts down Krad. Ex-Winstrike is starting to...
Yeah, me too. Me too. This would be a really weird one, especially given the fact that HAVU have had so many buy rounds throughout this comeback. It's not like they've kind of lost this due to the fact that they've just been forced down to ecos and their economy management hasn't been good or anything like that. It seems very bizarre that they're finally kind of working out how to play CT side Mirage. It's odd. It's definitely something that's confusing me as well. Maybe that 30 seconds that they had between going into this overtime, they were able to have a little bit of a team talk and say, right, what's going on here? Maybe a super quick coaching session. I don't know. But they're looking a lot better.
I assume there's some Finnish chats in Finnish players or speakers in the chat. You never know. ex-Winstrike, they seem to be running out of ideas as well because they're going straight out ramp forward towards default. Aerial's ready for it though, good for one, traded out. ZOREE though in Palace is alone and undetected. As xseveN on the other side of the smoke catches out another. sLowi, he's able to catch out Krad through the smoke. And ZOREE, he hasn't even shown his position yet. There's Elliot to fall, switches to the deagle, catches out, or eventually will try to catch out Lackey. It's the jemi to do so though. At 80 to 50, I think they're probably going to cry themselves to sleep because for the time being, Elliot towards under. He's spotted out. He'll fall to xseveN, and he is the heavy hitter. xseveN's able to double down as well. Forrester shut down for jemi. He's now going to make his way up from ramp, and Lackey, it's good for one. Fully blinded in the process though. Finished off by sLowi. Krad and Sandwich goes swinging. He hits 3 kills. 7. Well, he can't quite find him just yet. Continues to push his head. There's Krad to finish the job. It's 16 for Winstrike. What do they have to do now?
Well, Krad, he finds this opening headshot, and all of a sudden, there's potential here for ex-Winstrike to pull this one back. 2 in a row needed, and with this man advantage, they might be able to take it. Oh my goodness, that's awkward. Lackey, he's fully aware there's someone to his left, and as he doubles down, not the usual suspect on the assault, but he's having the impact with it. Can't hit the close flick, but with the man advantage, ex-Winstrike, they might be able to get this one done on the retake. They've got a little bit of utility to work with, but the peek from Forrester, it's perfect. It catches out Aerial before he can get off of that bomb. And now the C4 planted, and it's all on ZOREE's shoulders. A 1-on-3 to try and tip this one over the edge for his team. They've had so many chances, and it's that shot. A 2-on-1 now, but he needs to be aware where these players are coming from. The C4, it's planted for him. But as he creeps his way up, spots out the second, hits the shot. This is now very, very doable. Forrester picks up the kit, gets on the bomb. ZOREE jump spot, spots the member, and he punches up the